always something to do here. I mean, I'm never ever bored.
Susie now lives in Scotland on her father's 4,000-acre estate.
It's very, very small, really. We've only got one spare room. It's my room. There's Mummy's room. I mean, it's very small. There's the kitchen, the dining room, the drawing room, and another little room where we mostly sit so that we don't have people in. That's really it.
What sort of things do you do?
Ride, swim, play tennis, ping pong. I might play croquet. Something like that.
What about the social life? What's that?
Lord and Persia?
Yeah.
It's quite fun. There are sort of lots of things going on.
I think your dog's got a rabbit. What are you going to do? Do you want to save it?
Max, bring it here. Oh, disgusting dog. It's the second one you've given me the second week. Oh, Max, for God's sake, leave it alone.
Does that worry you?
No, not at all. No, I don't see birds and things wounded. Don't like that. You know, they run off and you never get a chance to kill them.
Why doesn't it worry you that things should have to be killed?
Well, that's what I've been brought up to it.
Yes, and that mustn't be late there. I should, quite quietly, it's a very nonchalant little theme. Butter wouldn't melt in its mouth, so take it very quietly, let it just present itself. Off, three.
We have about 10 pianos and practice rooms, and there are orchestras, choral societies, and 2 choirs. Well, it's a marvellous music system. I think there's too much competition nowadays. There's so many good pianists, and only very few make the grade one, and I think it must be very disparaging if you can only get half the way.
Are you ambitious?
Yes.
What for?
Well, fame. And power.
What sort of power?
Political power.
Are you ruthless?
Not really.
Do you think you can have political power without being ruthless?
Yes.
Well, what qualities do you need to have political power then, if it's not ruthlessness?
Great strength of mind.
They'd like to come out for a holiday in the country when I'd like to have a holiday in the town.
Oh, I've been to Leeds a couple of times, and I haven't been to Manchester. I went to London with the other when you did the first programme, but that's the only time I've been.
Nicholas won a scholarship to a Yorkshire boarding school.
In this village, there's me, and then the next oldest is Andrew there. That's it. I'm not unhappy. I'm not living on the farm and going to the school and boarding there. Oh, it's all right. I think it'd be better than living on the farm all the time. I wouldn't like to live at the school all the time either.
Do you want to take up farming?
No. I'm not interested in it. I mean, I'm not... And I said I was interested in physics and chemistry. Well, I'm not going to do that here.
When I grow up, I'd like to find out all about the moon and all that.
Did your father want to be a farmer?
I don't think he really wanted to be, but I think he got stuck with it. And, because my grandfather, he certainly probably wanted him to be a farmer, but I don't think my father wants me to be a farmer. And my youngest brother, the deaf one, if he can't do anything else, he can probably run a farm. If he can't, it's it. But as a last resort.
Not till this holidays have I been out of Europe. This holidays I went to America to stay with somebody from school.
Have you been abroad?
Austria.
What was it like?
Not bad.
Would you like to travel?
No. Well, I ski in Switzerland, and I enjoy that immensely. And we went to France this time, and I've lived in Rhodesia.
I enjoyed Switzerland most, I think. I think it's a very beautiful country. We went to very interesting places. I also enjoyed Austria, but not to such a great extent.
Well, I've never been abroad. But
No, nor have I.
I have, I know.
Oh, yeah, because you went on that cruise, didn't you?
Yeah. I went to Spain and Gibraltar and Casablanca.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That was interesting, though.
Travelling doesn't really interest me a lot. Happy where I am.
I've been to so many places. Sicily, Italy, France and Spain and Switzerland. Many times.
Have you travelled much?
When I was at the school, we used to go to have outings. We used to go to Box Hill and places of such. And we used to go to mystery tours and drive around the country. We went to history museums for outings and geographical museum and science museum. I've been to Madame Tussauds with my mum and the planetarium as well.
Do you want to go abroad?
Yeah. I'd like to go to Mallorca. Take a couple of weeks out there from everything. Relax myself.
No, but I said that when boys go around with girls, they don't pay attention to what they're doing. For instance, my grandmother had an accident because a boyfriend was kissing his girlfriend in the street. The girls never do what the boys want them. They always start playing with dolls when the boys want to play rough and tumble with them. It's quite true.
Beginning to become more important.
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, that they're no longer just bores who won't play this or something.
They're over half of the community and they're there.
And you can begin to talk to them.
I think they're still bores for the most part.
When I get married, I'd like to have 2 children.
Do you like to have a nanny to look after them, or do you want to look after them?
I want a nanny to look after them.
Have you got any boyfriend, Susie?
Well, my girlfriend is in Africa, and I don't think I'll have another chance of seeing her again. And there were 2 in Switzerland, which I liked too, in the hotel.
Have you got any girlfriends?
No, not yet. I'm sure it will come, but not yet.
Say you had a wife, say you had to eat what they cooked you, and say I don't like greens, well I don't. And say she said you have to eat what you give. So I don't like greens. Say she gives me greens, and that's it.
I know I prefer to be alone, really. I wouldn't mind living with my brother, you know, but otherwise I'd prefer to live alone.
Sometimes on Saturday morning I go to the pictures. Sometimes with my friends, sometimes with him. You don't. I do. You don't. I don't ever see you. You go to different pictures.
Have you got a girlfriend?
Nope.
Would you like to have a girlfriend?
Nope.
I thought that one would come up because when I was doing the other one, somebody said, "What do you think about girls?" And I said, "I don't answer questions like that. Is that the reason you're asking it?" Yeah, I thought so. No, what do you want me to say? I don't know what to say.
Once Carolyn Tedford said she loved me. And I'm going to marry her when I grow up.
I hate her. She's always getting bad-tempered and cross with me.
Is she?
Yeah, she says, Neil Hughes, move your desk forward.
Perhaps I'm not mature enough yet to be interested.
So he loves Susan, because Susan loves him. He loves Lindsay, Lindsay loves him. I don't love him.
Have you got any boyfriends?
That's personal, isn't it? Don't know the way you come out with that. We shan't tell him, shall we?
What do you think about making this programme?
I just think it's just ridiculous. I don't see any point in doing it.
Why not?
What's the point of people sort of going into people's lives and saying, why do you like this and why don't you? I don't see any point in it.
What's the point of the programme?
It's the point of the programme is to reach a comparison. I don't think it is. Because we're not necessarily typical examples.
And I think that's what people seeing the programme might think.
Yes.
Falsely.
I mean, they tend to typecast us.
So everything we say, they'll think, oh, that's a typical result of the public school system.
Yes.
Well, in what way aren't you typical?
Well, I'm a bit more reactionary than most.
I don't know, none of the parties really seem to agree with me. But I think if I had voted, I'd have voted Labour.
I'd have voted Conservative.
I don't think I would have voted for any of them.
Conservatives?
The Conservatives will do the best for the country.
I think they're all as bad as each other, really.
Labour.
I don't really know.
I know what I wouldn't vote though.
What way?
Labour.
Conservative.
Why?
Why? I still like Labour, I don't know. Because I don't really know much about politics. It doesn't interest me, so never really bother. I didn't agree with the Conservatives about what they were doing with the black people, you know, racial policy.
Jacqueline, what do you think about coloured people? You said to me once that you like them, but what do you really think about them? Well, they're nice. They're just the same as us, really. But one thing, that it's only because their skin's brown and we're white. Sort of pinkish we are. They're just the same as me, aren't they? I don't know anybody who's coloured.
I haven't got any against coloured people, but it wouldn't worry me if I never met one until the day I died.
Everybody's got to get used to knowing coloured people, and coloured people in turn have got to get used to being with white people. Because if either side doesn't work properly, then no side will work properly. People just got to mix in with everybody else.
I do think it's wrong that in a country like England, that there should be places where there are more coloured people than the white people.
Good old Enoch. Well, personally, I've got nothing against coloured people. I think they're the same as everybody else. But it seems that there's lots of an argument about them because, well, as any foreigners really, that they're taking up people's jobs in England.
I don't care what colour somebody is, unless they're blue, and I think that would be pretty peculiar. But might find somebody yet. No, I don't care about colour.
Well, I think both black and whites are equal. As long as they're as well educated as each other.
What do you feel about racial discrimination?
It's rather vile.
Why?
Because so is any kind of discrimination. Of a basic nature that you can't change. I mean, if you're... I couldn't care less whether people are discriminated against because they're nasty or selfish or anything, but, I mean, one can't help one's colour. So...
Now, you're interested in politics and would like to be a politician. What kind of things would you change?
They wouldn't allow any strikes.
How would you do that?
I set up a tribunal where workers could apply for better wages, and this tribunal would have the final word, and if it said no wage rise, no wage rise.
It's a big problem. Quite a lot of discussion, I think. The workers do tend to take a few liberties as regards strikes.
Who do you think's to blame for strikes, the workers or the management?
Well, that's managing probably, because
say the workers and we'll probably get a load of letters or something like that.
It seems to me iniquitous that people should be paid when they're not doing any work, which is what the unions do.
I'm not commenting because my mum's been out on strike.
Yeah, so is mine.
It's very irresponsible because we all want more money, as much money as we can get. And what would happen if we all stopped working just because we wanted more money?
They want the money, why shouldn't they strike for it? I'm sure if you want it, you'll strike for it.
That's what
But they're going to strike for it, right? They're going to get more money. Now, the school meals are going up, so that means they're going to strike again. They want more money, and it's just going to keep going and going and going.
Surely by crushing strikes, then in a way that's defeating a small part of democracy.
No, it's not, because they'd still have their... they'd still be able to ask for more money, but they wouldn't be able to strike for it, which, I mean, is so damaging.
It's still depriving them of their freedom to strike.
Well, so it's putting people in prison, depriving them of their freedom to go on killing people and stealing from people.
Anyway, who's going to do this? Because if they do it, they're not going to be voted into Parliament. So it's not worth it.
You can always decide on your policy once you're in.